Hey everybody, welcome to Math 221. My name is Kyle Rockman and I will be your instructor for this course. This is how you spell my name. This is just a kind of quick video to introduce the course, go through the syllabus, and talk about some of our expectations and modality for the quarter. First off, I don't particularly care what you call me. Some people are like, you must call me Dr. Professor the Third, or I will not hear you. Nah, I don't care. You can call me Kyle if you want. If you call me Steve or something like that, I probably won't listen to you. So choose your name carefully. My email is krockman@calpoly.edu, and my office hours are Monday, Wednesday from 12:30 to 2:30 p.m. or by appointment. So your best way of contacting me this quarter is going to be by email. I tend to be pretty decent about responding to things, especially things that are time critical. I don't respond to email on Saturday. I take a break from working. So if you send me an email on Saturday, that's the only time it'll take more than a few hours, hopefully, for me to respond. Let's go on for some more information, of course. I'm going to be going through the syllabus, as I said, so if you want to have that alongside you, that will probably help you follow along with everything I'm talking about. Our textbook for the quarter will be Applied Calculus for the Managerial, Life, and Social Sciences by Susie Tan. Specifically, we're going to be using the 9th edition. I'm not aware necessarily of the existence of a PDF textbook. If one of you happens to find one and bring it to my attention, we can discuss that further. So, best of luck finding those, because college textbooks are expensive. I am aware of that. Okay, back on to this actual video. Sorry, talking to a camera with nobody else here is just kind of strange. I'll get used to it eventually. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, let's talk about our course structure. So, our course structure is going to be a merged synchronous, asynchronous format. What do I mean by merged synchronous and asynchronous? Well, for the most part, the course material will be delivered via videos like these, where I will give a lecture on like a section or so, and I'll publish a schedule on Canvas saying, hey, you should have this material covered by this point in time. I strongly recommend keeping up with the schedule that will be published, because if you fall behind, it's going to be very difficult to catch back up, but it's made to be a doable schedule. However, we will have a synchronous portion of the class. I am teaching two sections, Section 5 and Section 9, and each of those will have a meeting time on the first hour of our scheduled Thursday block. So, Section 5, we will meet from 4 to 5 p.m. on Thursdays. And then Section 9 will be from 6 to 7 p.m. on Thursdays. So this is in addition to the asynchronous portion of the class. This time will be specifically for us to do more examples together as class, for you guys to ask me questions. You might say, well, okay, do I have to go to this? Yes, attendance is mandatory. I will be tracking attendance. Well, why should attendance be mandatory? That kind of sucks. Well, here's the kind of my idea behind it. No instructor or professor is perfect. I mean, I'm sure that at this point in your college careers, you can all attest personally to the fact that no professor is perfect. And I'm not either, which means that during my lecture videos, I might say something that you don't understand. Or you might have a question about why a certain thing works a certain way. And that's what these times are a chance to clarify as a class. And sometimes one person can ask a question that you probably want the answer to, even if you didn't know to ask that question in the first place. So I think these are valuable times for our class, and that's why we are going to have mandatory attendance for them. Also, I want to see you guys' faces. It's weird being in quarantine. I'm so used to teaching in front of people, as you can probably tell because the camera is not my strong suit. Anyways, yeah, so mandatory course attendance, section 5, 4 to 5 p.m. on our Thursday block, specifically section 9 to 6 to 7 p.m. on that same Thursday block. I will post Zoom links on Canvas. Okay. As for communication about the course, I will probably make any announcements that we have about things during those synchronous times, so another important reason to be at them. You are personally responsible for all announcements made. If you happen to miss a day for some reason, I understand, life happens. Send me an email if there's some pressing reason. Some reasons for excused absences would be things like illness, family emergency, so on. Drop the paper. So on and so forth. But yeah, you are responsible for any and all announcements made during class. Quick note, I know that Cal Poly is doing that mandatory twice a week testing for everybody who lives on quarter. And if you don't do that, then they'll remove your access to Canvas, your email, all that stuff. As much as it sucks, I'm also subject to that same restriction. Well, here's the thing, I don't exactly trust Cal Poly's IT to set up a system that's going to work absolutely perfectly. So, in the event that something happens and I'm, for whatever reason, locked out of my email, the best way to hear about that will be on the YouTube channel that this video is on, and all of our videos will be on. Yeah, so it's just by my same name. I recommend subscribing to the channel just because then you'll actually be able to find out if something goes wrong. Hopefully it won't. I hope and pray that Cal Poly's admin have set up a working system, but in the event that they haven't, you're going to hear information about it. I'll post a video on the YouTube, so subscribe to keep informed about the class. All right, what is next? Homework. I promise that even though it looks like the chalkboard is shaking violently, it is well put together. Although the noises aren't very reassuring. As for homework, I will be assigning homework roughly once weekly. And it will be due the next week. Graded not on accuracy, but on completeness. Homework should not be a super stressful thing. All I'm looking for is that you put a good faith effort in on each problem assigned, and then you'll get full marks on the homework. So I think that's pretty fair because, yeah, homework just should not be this super huge thing looming over your head at all times. Now, some of you guys still might want feedback on how you're doing in the course, how well you're actually picking up the material. To that end, we will also be having graded quizzes. Not a super huge portion of your grade, 20%, but these are going to be our ways to kind of assess where you are at with the material, get some feedback from me. So these will be posted weekly on Canvas. On Fridays. They will be really short, less than or equal to 3 questions. And yeah, you'll have the entire day to do them. The quizzes specifically are open to everything. Yes, that includes the internet and your peers. Because again, not meant to be a stressful thing, they're meant to be a chance for you to see where you are at with the material. They do have to be submitted during that Friday, so they're due Friday evening. Anything else important about quizzes? Oh, yeah. So in terms of the material each quiz will cover, it'll just be whatever was covered that week will be what is on the quiz. These are going to be your best tool for studying for exams, so I recommend taking them seriously. Oh, weeks we have an exam, obviously there will be no quiz. Let's talk about those exams, since everybody always cares about those. This course is set up to have 2 midterms and a final. I have the dates on the syllabus, but tentatively, midterm 1 for both sections will be January 28th. Midterm 2 will be February 18th. And then the final is in accordance with our finals week schedule, the one that's posted on Cal Poly's websites. I haven't updated the course numberings, but one of you guys is on the Tuesday and the other is on the Thursday. Of finals week. Exams will be taken during our normal class block, so you'll have the full 2 hours of that class block to work on them, and they will be taken with a live Zoom feed going, everything like that. I'll give you guys some more details about that when we actually get closer to the exams. Yeah. Read the syllabus for any more information you want. It's all there, but I'll provide those details as we get closer to the exams. In terms of my grading policy, the homework and the attendance for our example sessions will together be worth 10% of your grade. Most of that being the homework. The attendance will just be a small portion. It's more to just get you guys to class than anything else. Quizzes are worth 20% of your grade. Each midterm is also worth 20% of your grade, and the final is worth 30% of your grade. My grading schema is found on the syllabus. Take a look at it. It's a bit different than a normal class, so make sure to kind of know where you're at with that. The most key difference, I don't give D's as a final grade. You might be like, Kyle, why do you not give D's as a final grade? Well, because for the most part, the college regards D as a passing grade. But I think it'd be kind of pathetic to be like, well, yeah, I passed calculus with a D. Yes, I totally know that material. So, yeah, I don't give D's as a final grade, them's the bricks. But to kind of compensate for that, my C range is a little more generous. The cutoff to pass the course is a 67% of your final grade. So, I feel like you should know 2/3 of the material in the course if you want to pass. I think that's fair and reasonable. If you're concerned about your grade partway through the quarter, don't worry. Send me an email and we will hopefully be able to work something out. I try my best to not fail a ton of people, but whatever score you get is the score that you get. Let's see. Oh, yes. One more very good way to influence your grade upwards. I have a big extra credit opportunity for y'all. Detailed on the 4th page of the syllabus. So this extra credit is going to allow you to earn up to 5% for your final grade in the class. So if you have an 87, you could get bumped all the way to a 92 if you do the extra credit in this course. So here's what the extra credit is. Most mathematicians believe that math is the most important thing in the world. I respectfully disagree. Makes me kind of not popular around the department, but I don't really care. So yeah, I think that there are more important things to life than math, and I want to reward you guys for doing more important things in your guys' life than math or school. So, each week, you may redeem an extra credit opportunity for 0.5% back to your final grade. All this information is written out in the syllabus, just so you know. But yeah, so you're going to, I'm starting that sentence over. So what is an extra credit opportunity and how do you redeem it? Well, there's a list of potential opportunities on the syllabus. It's things like go on a hike, read a book and write me like a quick review of it, go to church or synagogue or whatever other religious thing that you go to. I personally go to Mercy Church, which is meeting both in person and online. Send me an email if you want more details about that. Things like cook a meal for maybe your roommates or your family for those of you who are currently at home. Stuff like that. Things that are outside of academia, outside of school, that are beneficial for yourself or other people. You might ask, well, can't I just cheat on this? Yeah, you can, right? My form of redeeming it is going to be send me an email by the Monday of the next week. To receive credit for the previous week. And you might say, as I said, like, can you cheat on this and send me like an old picture of a hike? Sure, you can. I wouldn't be able to prove otherwise. If you care to have that on your conscience, that's on you. That's not my problem. I'm trying to incentivize you guys to do things outside of school. If you want to take that opportunity, that's your responsibility. And yeah, I think that about sums up everything on the syllabus. Oh, obviously, don't cheat in the course. You aren't slick enough to like hide cheating from me. I've been doing this for a bit too long for that to go. And the consequences are quite severe. So yeah, don't do that. Oh, I should probably say a couple words about what this class is all about. So, the learning begins. Calculus might seem like a kind of scary concept with a lot of words flying around, especially for those of you who haven't taken a calculus class before. It sounds real fancy. But calculus really just wants to answer two questions. We know how to calculate the slope of a line, right? Rise over run. But is there a way to calculate the slope of a curve? What would it even mean to calculate the slope of some curve? Well, it might make sense to say, okay, the slope of a curve at a point is the slope of a, let's redraw that with colors. The the slope of a curve at a given point is the slope of a line that does something like that at that point. That's a sensible idea for the slope of a curve. We're going to make that rigorous. This will be the first large portion of the course. I think the first 3/4 of this course, roughly. It would correspond to Calc 1 if you were doing it like the normal math track, but this is the business track, so we do multiple things at once. And then the second question is the area. Can we compute the area of a general region? Or a general shape, right? Because you know how to compute the area of rectangles, triangles, circles, squares, etc. But what if I gave you something like this? Can you compute for me the area of that shape? Well, not with geometry, but with calculus, you're going to be able to. So, those are our 2 goals for the course, is by the end of it, that you will be able to understand what the slope of a general curve means, how to find it, and then that you'll be able to compute the area of any kind of squiggly shape that exists. And I think that's a pretty good introduction to the course. So, I will see you in the lecture videos. Shoot me an email if you have any questions. Have a great rest of your day.